What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Scott Reacts, man. It's your boy Scott Lewis, aka at Barchester Scott, on all social media platforms. Follow me all there on all the platforms. You can follow me on the links are all in the description box. While edit, press subscribe on the channel. Shout out to everybody who is subscribed to this new channel. We're doing a lot of dope things, man. So we appreciate y'all for joining us on this ride. We're gonna keep building this brand from the ground up. So press subscribe, turn on your notifications, leave a comment. Let your friends know we're here for another reaction here from your boy. It is NBA draft night here, going down. The NBA's biggest event at the NBA Finals. Shout out to OKC Thunder for winning the championship. That parade was yesterday. And this is the biggest thing until free agency, man. And we've already seen some movement with draft picks going on, and I'm expecting for NFL type night of chaotic craziness tonight for the NBA draft. We're gonna do a recap video for that as well. But today I'm going to explain to y'all the second apron and why it has been, such a big deal since the new CBA. They got approved not too long ago, and why teams have been really, being cheaper. And that's an example right now with the Boston Celtics. So let's get into the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics have already made two major trades in these last couple of days since the season has ended. That is trading Drew Holiday to the Portland Trailblazers and trading Kristaps Porzingis to the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the first thing you need to know is with this new CBA, I'm going to explain what the aprons are. So basically, in the past CBA, if you spent over the luxury tax limit, you have to pay a fee or a penalty or something like that for going over that. And that's why you've seen these title contended teams like the Warriors, who had, I think, the biggest luxury tax penalty of all time, just doing that to keep keeping themselves in contention for NBA championships. With this new CBA, they're making it borderline impossible. So the first apron, which is if you get your luxury tax penalty is going on, is $178 million, a little give or take right there. And the first apron restrictions are can't sign bought out players. Like, you know how some teams like to get the veterans who've been bought out by the team and sign them for like a fuck you rage. So you can't sign bought out players who made above the non-taxpayer mid-level exception. Can't take back more salary than you sent out in a trade, and you also can't use your existing trade exceptions. Now that's all first apron. Now, if you're above the second apron, which is $188 million, give or take, and I say give or take, there's some sense with that shit too. And this is what happened. Your second apron restrictions are you can't use your mid-level exception at all. You can't trade multiple players in the same deal. You can't sign and trade players at all, and you can't send cash in trades. And on top of that, teams above the second apron at the end of the season will have their first round pick 7 years from now frozen and not able to use or trade or anything like that. And the only way to get out of it is to be able to get under the second apron for 2 of the next 3 seasons. So that makes more sense with these trades. A lot of people wondering what's going on with the Celtics. Now, I'm very clear about this. There's been new ownership with the Celtics. Now, even though their current owner is still the governor, something that's going to be similar to what we're going to be seeing with the Los Angeles Lakers and their sale, and Jeannie Buss still being the current governor over there. A lot of this has to do with the fact that Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. Even though Drew Holiday did not look like as best as he used to, he looked kind of washed. Kristaps Porzingis missed half the season, and then when he did come back, he didn't look like the guy he looked like when they won a championship last year. So I can't say these guys wouldn't have gone anyway, but it definitely, I feel, would have been more of a hesitation if Jason Tatum get hurt and they went back to back. You can't convince me that they would have been doing all of this if they had a three-peat, something that they haven't done since the 60s, something that hasn't been done in the NBA for the last 23 years. I believe that they would have kept this team together. Is that the case? But if you look at it, if you're going through all these things, you missed your star player for the entirety of next season, you might as well get under the second apron and not have to be in such dire financial situation, especially with new ownership. You want to take all that. So by trading Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday, the Celtics reduced their luxury tax penalty by nearly $210 million and have $238 million in total savings so far and are now $4.5 million below the second apron, which is phenomenal for them. Now, I don't know if this is just going to be these two moves and they're going to say, okay, we got these two out of here. We're under the second apron. We don't have to worry about losing our draft picks or any of those other penalties that come with that. Let's just try to move forward, at least have this team compete next year. That is still yet to be seen, considering the Shams of ESPN has said that they are listening to trade offers for Jaylen Brown. And that doesn't mean that they're actually going to trade him, but they are listening. They are also listening to Al Horford deals as well. So I think tonight for the NBA draft is something that we're going to see a lot of movement that might have a lot to do with not just the Celtics, but a lot of other teams. To me, I personally hate the second apron. I hate giving any excuses to rich sports owners to be cheap, and that to me exactly what this is. And if you're Adam Silver, you're seeing the things that are going on with the ownership in the NFL. We're having things about collusion and things like that. You got to be happy that you kind of got your house in order from that way, as far as not having to even give out these outrageous contracts to keep you under a certain tax limit, man. So this is a pretty shorter video than usual. I just wanted to kind of break down what exactly is going on with the Celtics. Now, they got Anthony Simons back from the Portland Trail Blazers, who I think is a great pickup for them. He is a bucket getter. He's a very, very young player, and he gives you what you want back for trading a veteran and a two-time champion of Drew Holiday's caliber. They also said they have no problem with working him. So I think there's a lot of questions still around the Celtics about which way this season is going to go. But for those of you who are confused about what the second apron is, that is what the second apron is. Basically, it's a reason to keep things out of control and have owners from just spending for reasons to be spending, which for fans sucks. And also, if you're a team like the Oklahoma City Thunder, you've got to really take advantage of this window before that team gets very, very expensive. You still got a lot of their players, J-Dub, Chet Holmgren, still in their rookie deals. And, it's going to get real expensive soon, especially with that contract. I mean, with them winning the championship and things like that. So that is what the second apron is. We're going to see how it plays out going forward, not just this offseason, but in the future. I'm going to break down the NBA draft later tonight. That video will be up tomorrow. I'm expecting some craziness going on tonight, man. So this is another edition of Scott Reacts. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, turn your notifications on, and I will holler at y'all when I holler at y'all. I'm out of here.